Hey everyone, welcome to AI DevOps Pro. I'm glad you are here. In this video, we are going to talk about MLOps, what actually it is, why it matters, and how it fits into real world AI and DevOps work. No theory overload, just try to the point, practical content. Let's get into it. So here, what we'll cover in the next 10 to 15 minutes in this video. So we'll start with a problem, why ML models fail in production. Then we'll define MLOps, compare it with DevOps, walk through MLOps lifecycle, look at a real world example, and finish with the key tools which are required. In each section builds on the previous one. So let's go in order. So let's start with the real problem that MLOps solves. So most data scientists can build a great model on their laptop, but when the model goes on production, it breaks. It slows down basically. Nobody can maintain it, and the team has no idea what's happening. Why? Because building a model and operating a model are two completely different things. Look at the left side. Without MLOps, models are trained once, deployed manually, and then there is no monitoring. So day by day, fraud pattern changes, accuracy drops, and the company loses money before anyone notices. On the right, if you see with MLOps, everything is automated. Pipelines retrain the model, CI/CD pushes updates, and monitoring alerts the team immediately. The gap between the left and right side, that's what MLOps fills. So, what exactly is MLOps? So, MLOps stands for machine learning operations, and it's a combination of three things: machine learning, DevOps, and data engineering. So, think of this way: DevOps automates how software gets delivered. MLOps takes that idea and applies it to entire machine learning lifecycle, from raw data all the way to a live monitored model in production. So you can see the three pillars here. Machine learning handles the model building and evaluation. DevOps brings in automation and CI/CD. Data engineering manages the pipelines and data quality. So together, these three make sure your AI model doesn't just work in just Jupyter notebook. It works reliably in the real world. Now you might be thinking it's not this just DevOps for machine learning. Not exactly, and the difference matters here. Look at this comparison table. In DevOps, you deploy code. In MLOps, you deploy models and code. In DevOps, you version software. In MLOps, you version data and models because your data changes over time. In DevOps, once you deploy, you are mostly done. Like you deploy and you forget. In MLOps, your model can silently become less accurate and real as the real world changes. This is called model drift. And detecting and fixing it is a core part of MLOps, where your model won't go out of style or out of real world changes. So the last row is the key insight. DevOps worries about uptime and speed. MLOps worries about model accuracy and data quality. Same mindset, different problem. So let me walk through the MLOps life cycle, the five stages here. Stage one is a data pipeline where you collect, clean, and version your data. Tools like Apache, Airflow, and DVC help here. And second stage is model training, where you actually build and tune your model. ML flow, ML flow, and weights and biases (WNB) we say are popular choices for tracking experiments. Stage 3 is the model registry, a place to store and version your trained models. Think of like it a GitHub but for models. Stage 4 is deployment, serving your model via APIs or containers using Docker and Kubernetes. And stage 5 is monitoring, where you track how your model performs in the real world. Tools like Prometheus, Grafana, and evidently AI is the best tool here. And the important thing to note is this is a cycle, not a one-time process where you set the process and forget, but the it's a cycle we can say. And stage one feeds uh, back to stage one, stage five feeds back to stage one, and that's what MLOps sustainable. And let me make this real with an example that most people can relate: fraud detection at a bank. Without MLOps, the data science team may train the model, great model, deploys it once, and moves on. But fraud patterns evolve. Uh, the way fraud people try to uh, fraud the way of frauding changes day by day. So criminals change their tactics. So every 6 months later, the model is inaccurate, but no one knows. The bank is losing money silently in the background. So now with MLOps, the pipeline retrains the model every week with fresh data. After retraining, automated tests run, and with the model passes, CSVD pushes the update to production automatically. Monitoring watches accuracy around the clock and alerts team if drops below a threshold. Same goal. Detect fraud, completely different outcome. This is the power of MLOps. It's not just about technology. It's about building systems that stay reliable over time. So before we wrap up here, here is a quick overview of the tools you will encounter in MLOps. MLOp, MLflow is your go-to for experiment tracking and model history. DVC handles data version control. Kubeflow runs ML pipelines for Kubernetes. Apache Airflow orchestrates your workflows. Docker and Kubernetes handle your containerization and scaling your models. And evidently, AI is excellent for monitoring model drift in production. So any drift with them in the model, so you update your patch and retrain your model and stuff. So don't worry about learning all this at once. In the upcoming videos on the same channel, we'll do hands-on tutorials with each of these tools step by step. So and that's MLOps in a nutshell. We covered the problem, definition, how it differs from DevOps, the five-stage life cycle, a real fraud detection example, and the key tools. In the next video, we are going hands-on. We'll deploy a real machine learning model using Docker and step by step from scratch. If this is useful, please subscribe. Every video on this channel is going to be exactly like this. No fluff, just practically and DevOps contents. See you in the next one. Thank you.